Hello everyone, welcome to Sentence Diagramming 101. This video is about exercise 8R, so we are going to review chapter 8 and all the other stuff. So there's going to be a little bit of everything in here. So let's start with, there were aliens visiting a priest in 1914 Egypt. So we know that's a prepositional phrase telling us when. And what do we actually have happening? There's not really doing anything. We're like, that's just an expletive. So really it's the aliens were visiting, and then they were visiting a priest. This is all about the fifth element, isn't it? All right, so aliens were visiting. And then what were they visiting, or who? They were visiting the priest, a priest, and then where were they visiting? It was in Egypt. And then which Egypt? The 1914 Egypt. And I'm just going to float my there up above. This is not doing anything. Moving on to number 2, in 2263, beautiful is the woman who fell into Corbin Dallas's taxi. All right, so prepositional phrase telling me when. Beautiful is the woman, woman is beautiful. All right, and then this is telling me about that woman, so that is an adjective clause. So I know I'm going to have the woman, and then the woman is beautiful. And then when, we know it was in 2263, and then we know about that woman. So which woman? The woman who fell, and then where did she fall? Into the taxi, and then whose taxi? Oh, Corbin Dallas. Just gonna write that real quick there. And then it's the woman who, so I gotta connect those two. Cool. Moving on to number 3, however, that's an adverb. There were issues with Corbin's license. Which issues? That's an adjective. Already, that tells me when. Adverb. So, coordinating conjunction. Now, adverb again. License is suspended. Okay, goodness. All right, so we've got issues were, and then there, that's my expletive. Okay, so I got a compound sentence here. So, issues were, and then I'm just going to be like, there. And then what kind? Oh, however, and already. Yeah, he's already got some issues when we first meet him. And oh, what kind of issues? There were issues with the license, and then it's Corbin Dallas's license. Excuse me. And now we know his license is suspended. I'm gonna take a drink. And then it's suspended now, and then we have that so, right? Oh, my throat. Okay. Moving on to number 4, there is a priest whom Lulu wants to visit. So priest is, right, is my sentence. This is my expletive. And then what about that priest? Lulu wants to visit him, right? So that's going to be my direct object, subject. Oh, actually, look at that. All right, so she wants that whole thing, to visit priest, or to visit whom. So that is my whole thing, but together. So let's see, what do I have? I've got a priest is, and then he's there, just randomly. There's a priest. And then what do I know about that priest? Lilu wants, and then what does she want to visit? And she wants to visit whom. So where whom is helpful, because it has to be an object. It can't be a subject, because then it would be who. I made my diagram a little weird. This priest needs to connect to that whom. So I guess I should have made it over more to the left, but you get the idea. If you want the pretty one, look in the answer key, because that probably has the spacing a little better than I did it this time. Okay. Corbin's military knowledge, that's random. That's got to be an absolute. He travels, and then this is where he travels and how. All right. So we have that knowledge. And it is Corbin's knowledge, and then it's military knowledge. We're just going to hang that over there. Then we've got he travels, and then where does he travel? He travels to Floston, paradise. And then he travels with Lilu. Now these are separate. It's not Floston with Lilu. It's that he travels with Lilu, right? So it's not like Floston with Lilu is a thing. That's not a thing. It's the with Lilu is with the traveling. All right, moving on to number 6. Which man is really Corbin Dallas? All right, this one's fun. So really this sentence is Corbin Dallas is man. So that's my subject, that's my verb, that's my subject complement. And then which and really are adverbs. So I'm like, Corbin Dallas is man. And then he is which man, and he is really a man. So, right? Yeah, which is an adjective here, and really is an adverb. That's a fun one. While they visit Floston, so that's going to be a subordinate clause, or a dependent clause, subordinating conjunction, while. There is a fight, and Lilu is wounded, so there, again, man, these expletives. So, like, fight is, and then Lilu is wounded. Okay. My spacing on this is going to be sketchy, so just look at the pretty one in the answer key. Okay, so there's a fight. Oh, yeah, there. And then we know that Lilu is wounded. And then we got to throw our and in here. And then that happens while what? While they visit. I need my while to go. And then what are they visiting? Oh, Floston. Cool. While they visit Floston, a fight occurs, right? A fight is. And then Lilu is wounded. Okay. Where are the 4 elements? The 4 elements are where? Right, so remember, it's a question. You just answer it super confidently. So we're like, the elements, the 4 elements, the elements are, and then where is an adverb telling me where. Right? I should make this obvious. Where, capital W. All right, moving on to number 9. Sadly refuses the 5th element, the supreme being. All right, so we know this isn't a positive here. Renaming that element, and then we know that the 5th element refuses. And then how does she refuse? Sadly. Okay, so we've got 5th element. I'm going to call that a proper noun, right? The 5th element. And then she is the being. And then which being? The being, and a supreme being. And then she's going to refuse. And then how does she refuse? Sadly. Okay. And then, call your mother. So this is like you call your mother. Really, this is like Corbin Dallas, call your mother, which is a recurring theme if you've seen the 5th element. So what are you calling mother? Whose mother? Your mother. And that is exercise 8R.